If you look at a population, if all items are identical, then from that population, if we take even one item, that item becomes representative of the population. The other extreme is all items are different. In that instance, to represent the population, all items have to be sampled. But often what we find in populations is that it's in between, so that we can take a representative sample, but not the whole population, but not a single item to represent the population. When it comes to content analysis, items become different because in content analysis, the content are different. There can be text, images, and numbers, for example, different types of data points. So how do we select a sample in content analysis? In content analysis, because there's so much content or so much in the population, we got to be selective in taking a sample from the population. But in content analysis, we take that sample not to generalize to a population, but we take that sample so that we can offer the best possible answer to the research question in the context in which we are looking at the problem. So we select the sample relevant to the research question. So when we select samples, there are two strands of sampling plans. One is probability sampling, the other one is non-probability sampling. When it comes to content analysis, because we want to answer a specific question and offer the best possible answer, simple random sampling often does not offer such a sample. So when it comes to probability sampling, it becomes far more complex. And often in content analysis, we tend to use a stratified random sampling to obtain the best or the relevant sample. For example, there could be, if you are analyzing newspapers, we can stratify newspapers by their names, like Sun Herald, The Australian, as subpopulation, and take samples if that relates to addressing the research question. The second one is cluster sampling. Often we find that information is clustered, and we tend to, in content analysis, we use cluster analysis more often than one may realize. because it is through analyzing those clusters or sampling from these clusters that we can offer the best possible answer. When it comes to non-probability sampling, content analysis can use purposive sampling, because here we want to obtain the best possible sample to offer the best possible solution, the most relevant sample, and such most relevant sample is obtained through purposive sampling, and we can use judgment, expert's judgment, to find the best sample, or we can also use quotas to find the best sample. Sample size is something that has been discussed in content analysis. So there's no definite sample size for a given content analysis study. The sample size is driven by the research question and the sampling plan. If this research question is far more elaborate, we may require a larger sample size so that we can obtain relevant information to offer the best possible answer. And the sampling plan also could influence the sample size, because each sampling plan and the extent to which we obtain the relevant number of items could vary from one sampling plan to another.